Ladies and gentlemen, let me have your attention. Not just your ears, but your focus, your presence, your heart. Because what I'm about to say isn't just meant to inspire you for a few fleeting minutes. It's meant to ignite something in you. Something real. Something unshakable. Something powerful. We live in a world that tries to define us before we ever get a chance to define ourselves. From the moment we're born, society starts writing our script, telling us who we are, what we can become, and most tragically, what we can't. But today I want you to understand something that can change everything. You don't have to accept the script you've been given. You can rewrite it. You can reclaim the pen. You can become the author of your own life. You see, too many people walk through life like spectators, watching, waiting, hoping, but not acting, not believing, not speaking or moving with purpose. And the result? A life filled with what-ifs, regrets, and unrealized potential. But I know you're not here for that. You're here because something inside of you, no matter how quiet, knows you were made for more. More than just surviving, more than just fitting in, more than just going through the motions. You were created with power, and that power doesn't lie in your circumstances, your job title, or your bank account. It lies in your mind, your words, and your actions. The way you think, the way you speak, and the way you move. Those three forces shape your world. Not fate, not luck. You. So if you've been waiting for someone to tell you that it's time to rise, wait no more. This is your call. This is your moment. The truth is, nobody's coming to save you. And that's not a reason to feel hopeless, it's a reason to feel empowered. Because it means you're not dependent on anyone else to build the life you deserve. You have the tools. You have the potential. All you need now is the mindset, the voice, and the will to act. But here's the reality. Belief doesn't come naturally for most people, especially when you've been through pain, especially when you've been overlooked, underestimated, or broken down by life. That's why this message is so important, because belief can be rebuilt. It can be trained. It can be strengthened. And when you begin to believe differently, you begin to live differently. So buckle up. Today we're going to dive into the process of transforming your inner world so you can reshape your outer world. This isn't hype, it's truth. And if you apply what you hear today, you won't just be motivated. You'll be changed. Let's begin. The power of belief. It starts in your mind. Let's get one thing straight. Your reality begins in your mind. It's not shaped first by your circumstances, your background, or even your talents. It's shaped by your beliefs. The thoughts you repeat every day, the way you speak to yourself, the way you interpret what happens to you, that is the foundation of your reality. Before anything ever changes in your life, it must first change in your mind. Most people live as though life is happening to them. They believe they have no control, like they're just drifting through life hoping to catch a lucky break. But you need to understand this. You're not here to be a passenger. You're here to be the driver, the architect, the creator. Let me ask you something. What do you believe about yourself? Deep down, when no one's looking. Do you believe you're worthy of success? Do you believe you're capable of greatness? Do you believe that your life can be different from what it is right now? Because if you don't believe it, you will never see it. That's not just motivational talk. That's neuroscience. Your brain filters the world based on what it expects to see. If you believe you're a failure, your brain will subconsciously look for evidence to prove you right. You'll notice every mistake, every setback, and ignore every success. But if you believe in your potential, if you believe in growth, you will start noticing the opportunities that were always there, but you were too blind to see. Belief is like a lens. Change the lens and the whole world looks different. Think about some of the world's greatest achievements. Flying planes, landing on the moon, creating global empires from nothing. All of it started with one person believing it was possible. One person refusing to accept the limits that others accepted. One person brave enough to say, I can do this. Now that person can be you, but here's the catch. Belief isn't something that just happens. You must train your mind to believe in yourself. You must feed it with empowering thoughts. You must challenge the lies you've been told. The ones that say, you're not good enough, not smart enough, not strong enough. That those lies, they are just noise, background static from a world that fears your potential. You have to silence that noise. You have to rise above it. And it starts with one decision: to believe that you are more than what your past says, more than your environment, more than your mistakes. You were born with power, but it's your belief that unlocks it. Your mind is the control center of your life. Guard it, shape it, feed it with truth. Because once you believe in your ability to change your life, nothing, absolutely nothing can stop you. And that's the first step to changing reality. Your words shape your world. Speak it into existence. Words are not just sounds. They are energy. They are power. They are blueprints for your future. Every time you speak, you're either building the life you want or reinforcing the one you're trying to escape. You have to understand this. Your words are a form of creation. The things you repeatedly say about yourself, your life, your future, they begin to take root in your subconscious mind and influence your decisions, actions, and habits. Eventually, they manifest into your reality. Think about it. When you say things like, "I can't," "I'm not good enough," or "nothing ever works out for me," your brain doesn't argue with you. It listens. It accepts those words as truth, and it starts creating a life that aligns with that narrative. Your energy shifts. Your motivation fades. Your actions shrink to match your small words. But when you say, "I am capable, I will overcome this, I am becoming stronger every day," you plant seeds of transformation. Your brain hears strength, it hears faith, it hears potential, and your life will rise to meet that level of self-talk. Don't underestimate this. Every successful person you admire learned to master the language they use, not just publicly, but privately. The way they spoke to themselves in quiet moments, when no one was cheering, when doubt crept in. They spoke victory before they saw victory. You must do the same. Words are your steering wheel. You can't ride forward while talking like you're stuck. You can't reach greatness while declaring defeat. The tongue has the power of life and death, so stop killing your dreams with your mouth. Instead, speak life, speak growth, speak progress, speak healing, speak abundance. Even if you don't see it yet, even if the circumstances look the opposite of what you're declaring, speak it anyway. Because here's the truth. The world responds to energy. When your words match the life you want, not the life you're stuck in, you begin to shift. Your habits shift. And people respond to you differently. Doors begin to open. Confidence begins to rise. And most importantly, you begin to believe. Let this be your new rule. Never speak something you don't want to see. Let your words become your allies, not your enemies. Wake up and speak purpose over your day. Look in the mirror and speak confidence over yourself. Walk into your struggles and speak power into your spirit. Reality is not just something you react to. It's something you co-create through your beliefs, your thoughts, and your words. So choose them wisely. Use them boldly. Speak them daily. Because when you speak with intention, when your words align with your vision, you stop waiting for life to change and you start commanding it to. And that's how you begin shaping a new world, one word at a time. The power of action. Move like it's already yours. Belief is where it begins. Words are how you shape it. But action is where transformation becomes real. You can believe in yourself, you can speak greatness over your life. But if you don't move, if you don't take the steps, if you don't do the work, then your dreams will remain locked inside your imagination. You weren't put on this earth just to wish. You were made to build, and building requires movement. Let's get real. Most people wait. They wait for the right time. They wait to feel ready. They wait for permission. But here's the truth. You're not waiting on life. Life is waiting on you. You already have enough to begin. You already have what it takes to take one step. That step might be small. It might be scary. But action is the bridge between the life you dream about and the one you're currently living. You cannot cross that bridge standing still. You see, movement changes energy. When you take action, no matter how small, it sends a message to your mind and the universe that you're serious, that you're committed, that you're not playing games. You're showing up with faith, not just talking about it. And here's the secret. You don't have to know every step. You just have to take the next one. That one phone call, that one workout, that 1 hour of studying, that one step toward your business, your healing, your future. When you act, even in uncertainty, you start to develop confidence, not because everything is perfect, but because you're proving to yourself that you are a doer, not just a dreamer. And guess what happens when you act like it's already yours? You start attracting the resources, the people, and the momentum you need. It's not magic, it's movement. People support what they see in motion. Life favors those who go first. You've got to move like it's already done, like the version of you who has everything you desire is already inside you. Because it is. That version of you doesn't wait around. That version of you shows up daily. That version of you does the hard things without needing motivation, because the mission is bigger than the move. Listen closely. You cannot think your way into a new life. You must act your way into it. So, stop waiting for clarity. Stop waiting for everything to be perfect. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. And don't just dip your toe in the water. Dive in like you were born to swim. Because the truth is, you don't change your life by sitting still. You change it by showing up. Over and over. Like the life you want is already yours. And when you move with that kind of certainty, reality has no choice but to catch up. The battle within, conquer your mind to change your life. The greatest war you'll ever fight is not out there in the world. It's the battle inside your own mind. Because before you can win in life, you must first win in here, in your thoughts, in your beliefs, in the quiet conversations you have with yourself when no one is watching. The truth is, reality doesn't just change with effort, it changes with mindset. It changes with what you allow to live and grow in your mental space. You see, every doubt you feed, every fear you entertain, every excuse you nurture, they are enemies of your progress. And until you take control of that inner dialogue, you'll always feel like something's holding you back, even when everything on the outside says you should be winning. Let me tell you something powerful. You are not your thoughts. Your mind is a tool, not a master. You don't have to believe everything it says. Just because fear whispers you can't, doesn't mean it's true. Just because your past tells you you've never done it before, doesn't mean you can't now. Thoughts are not facts, they are just suggestions, and you get to choose which ones to accept. You must start thinking like the person you want to become. That means rejecting the lies that tell you you're not good enough. It means silencing the voice that keeps replaying your failures. And most importantly, it means adopting the mindset of growth, strength, and perseverance on purpose. Mindset is your foundation. If your mind is weak, your life will crumble under pressure. But if your mind is strong, if your thoughts are disciplined, your reality will begin to shift in your favor. That's not luck. That's mental mastery. Every day, you are programming your mind through what you watch, what you listen to, what you tell yourself. Are you feeding it strength, or are you feeding it self-doubt? Are you conditioning it to rise, or are you training it to retreat? You don't conquer your mind once. You conquer it daily. You wake up and you choose discipline over distractions. You choose belief over fear. You choose action over comfort. That's how you break cycles. That's how you override old programming. That's how you take control. And yes, it's hard. Yes, your mind will try to fight you, but growth happens in resistance. Every time you push back, every time you choose a powerful thought over a weak one, you're getting mentally stronger. You're reshaping the way you see yourself and what's possible for your life. So don't just focus on changing your habits, change your mindset and the habits will follow. Don't just visualize success, train your thoughts to align with it. Speak power into your thoughts, speak victory into your vision. Guard your mind like your future depends on it, because it does. You can change your reality, but only when you win the war within. Action is the bridge manifesting the life you deserve. There is one truth that separates dreamers from doers. Action. You can think positive thoughts, speak powerful affirmations, and visualize your dream life every day, but if you don't act, nothing changes. Action is the bridge between the invisible and the visible. between the life you imagine and the life you live. It's the spark that turns ideas into outcomes. You must understand, wishing doesn't work. Wanting isn't enough. The universe doesn't reward intentions, it rewards movement. You can pray for the door to open, but you've got to walk toward it and turn the handle. You can believe in yourself, but belief without action is like a car without gas. It's not going anywhere. Reality bends to the bold. It favors those who are willing to do what others won't. Those who push when it's uncomfortable. Those who stay consistent when no one's clapping. Those who show up when doubt creeps in. Because it's in the doing, in the small, consistent, sometimes invisible steps that the breakthrough begins. It doesn't matter if you start small. What matters is that you start. One phone call, 1 hour of focus, one workout, one rejection, one lesson. Every step you take, no matter how tiny, is casting a vote for the person you're becoming. And the more votes you cast, the more you shift your identity, your confidence, and ultimately your reality. But let's be honest, action is scary. Action means risk. It means you might fail. It means stepping outside the comfort zone and facing the unknown. But you know what's scarier than failure? Regret. Living a life where you wonder what could have happened if you had just tried. If you had just been brave enough to move. Every time you act, you're telling life, I'm serious. You're telling fear, you don't own me. You're telling your future, I'm coming for you. That's the energy you need to show up with, not someday. Not when it's perfect. Not when you feel ready. But now. You don't need to know every step. Just the next one. Take it and clarity will follow. Take it and momentum will build. Take it and life will begin to respond. You meet people, you'll uncover resources, you'll gain confidence. But none of that happens until you move. The world changes for people who take action. Not those who wait. Not those who overthink. But those who get up, show up, and refuse to give up. So ask yourself, what can you do today to get closer to your vision? What fear can you face? What comfort zone can you step out of? Because reality isn't just waiting to be imagined. It's waiting to be created. And you, my friend, are the creator. Act like it. You've heard about the power of belief. You've learned how your words shape your reality. You've understood that action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. But now I want to leave you with something even deeper. Something that is the core of everything we've talked about. The battle within. Because at the end of the day, your greatest fight won't be against other people. It won't be against your circumstances. It won't even be against failure, rejection, or setbacks. Your greatest battle will be against your own mind. Your thoughts, your doubts, your fears. That inner voice that whispers, you're not enough. It's too late, or you'll never make it. But I came to tell you today, that voice is a liar. It's the echo of past pain, not your future promise. It's the shadow of fear, not the light of your truth. And you, yes you, have the power to silence it. You conquer that voice, not with more fear, but with faith. Not with hesitation, but with boldness. Not with perfection, but with relentless progress. Because the truth is, the life you dream about won't be handed to you. It has to be claimed, fought for, earned with consistent effort, unwavering belief, and courageous action. Not once, but every single day. You don't need permission. You don't need approval. You don't need everything to be perfect before you begin. All you need is one reason to rise, one reason to fight, one reason to keep going. And that reason is you. Your future. Your legacy. Your potential. So decide right now that you will no longer be a prisoner of your past, your pain, or your fear. You will be the author of your own story, the champion of your own life, the builder of a destiny so bold it leaves a mark on this world. It starts in your mind, it flows through your words, it lives in your actions, and it is fueled by your daily decision to show up no matter how you feel, no matter what you face, No matter who doubts you, you don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to believe, to speak, to move, and to never, ever give up. Because this is your life, your one shot, your one opportunity to rise above the noise and become everything you were born to be. So rise, speak, move, and become Heng lines. Now go, not with fear, but with fire, not with excuses, but with execution. Because you've heard the message, you've felt the truth, and now it's time to live it. Your future is waiting. Claim it, own it, and walk into it like it already belongs to you.